Hello, it's Rita Reyes with Nakedly Under Construction. I'm here to give you another interview with a fashion designer today. Her name is Sheri Amor Couture, or rather, what she does in her designs. It is so hard in this world to be an artist, to be a designer. We have to have a real-time job so that we can support what we were created to be, with this passion and this art that is within us. We have to show this perfect image on Instagram or on social media and to the world that we've got it together. And so many times we're human, just like the rest of the world, just like the lawyers and the doctors. So many people always have to put on that perfect appeal, that perfect look, so that people will buy what we have, so people will buy into who we are. But in reality, all of us are human. All of us are going through the hard moments, and we're going to get into the things that she's accomplished, and then we're going to talk about how she became that person. Let's find out if she was putting on her mom's clothes or cutting them up or cutting up clothes for her Barbie dolls, or what that looks like for her. And then we're going to get more into things that she's had to overcome, or maybe things she's going through right now, so that she can get her art out there, so that she can get her designs out there. And after this, please check out her designs, see if there's something that will make you stand out in this world. And then we're going to get a little bit deeper, and we're going to find out exactly what makes her tick. Stay tuned. And there she is, the star in the flesh. What are you working on? Can you tell us about yourself?
Yes, I'm Sherida Jones with Sheri Amor Couture, and I'm a fashion designer.
You got some designs in here. Are these from recent collections?
Yeah, actually, these are from I want to say last year. This was part of the Golden Hour collection, and this was part of the Africa collection. But yeah, I recently did a all denim collection called the Denim Lab, and next month I will be in the Tampa Black Expo, which you can find me on Sheri Amor Couture, where I have all my upcoming events coming up.
Can we get to know you a little bit more? Like on Nakedly Under Construction, we like to get a little bit underneath your skin. We want to know who you are. We want to know, were you like one of those girls dancing in the closet with your mom's clothes on, or were you cutting up your Barbie's outfits and making their own? We want to know how you became a designer and how you managed to be in this world where it's so hard to be an artist when you also have to make money and they want you to be a doctor and a lawyer. And here we are looking at these beautiful designs, and we want to know how we made you, or how you made you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey.
I'm down.
So here we are. I'm about to get the juice. So we're going to find out whether it's worth the squeeze. So you said that you did recently a denim collection. Right now I'm wearing this. This is part of what collection?
The Africa clip.
This is so sexy. I hope y'all would like go check this stuff out. And then like, where can we go pick out your designs if we want to like get them so that we can wear something unique?
Yeah, I have a website. It's sheriamor.com.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So,
Easy.
so if we put that in Google, because you know we're all like Google people that'll work that way too. Okay, perfect. I was like, so we're gonna go check them out. Are they by design on the website or by collection, or how does it kind of organize?
By collection, but you can literally just scroll until you find what you want.
Do you do anything kind of how like custom made for people, or do you come up with your own design,
I
or
usually do like custom designs. I usually like will make something, and if you want it like sewn to your specific size measurements, I
that
can
makes sense.
definitely do that.
So where do your inspirations come from?
So I'm inspired by like a couple of designers that I really like. I love Schiaparelli and Thierry Mugler from the 90s. Like those are like probably like my top two like designers that I like love and follow,
Okay.
draw an inspiration from.
Okay.
And I love the 90s and vintage. Like I really love vintage.
So do I. That's why I'm interviewing her.
Yeah. Like anything that's like old school, retro, and structured, like, like a good
Yeah.
shoulder act.
Yeah. So part collection is this?
This is part of the Golden Hour collection. This one is actually on my website. This one's not on my website yet.
But it's not going to be either because I might take it. But she might be able to do something similar because it's a collection. So you can check out whatever's left when I'm done. That's so funny. So, Okay, so do you get inspiration from like events and like things going on in your life? Is it only focused on other designers, or is it according to things that are occurring to you, or does your life affect your art?
Um, I wouldn't say that my life affects my art. I do like it. Sometimes it depends on like, the event that I'm gonna be a part of will sometimes like affect what I create. But I draw a lot of like, my inspiration from like 90s R&B. Like,
Oh, music.
yeah, it's a lot. It's
Okay.
a lot to do with music. I love 80s R&B, 80s music, 90s music, 70s music.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. So like did you always want to be an artist? Like I was telling them like how we were asking at the beginning when I first caught you in the room about it's like were you like designing outfits for your Barbies or were you cutting up like playing with your mom's clothes or like when did this start as a child or is this something else that grew later on?
So, since I was the age of 4, I was always drawing designs. So I would like sketch them out and draw them. And I would have like comic books. And like the big part of the comic book was always the outfits, obviously, like, all the time. I had Bratz dolls, Barbies, like, and the best part of it was just always dressing them.
Yes.
So clothes was like always a big deal. And, the stuff that I wore was always a big deal.
So the best part is when you get dressed up and then
Yeah.
once you go out you're done. He's like, all that matters is the dress up part. That's how I feel half the time too.
But I wanted to go to school for like art because I was really good at drawing and painting and stuff. But I also
Did you have classes for that, or did you learn that on your own?
yeah. So like I did take art classes, but I already like was into art.
It was like natural.
That yeah, it was natural. So I went to school for animation. Um and looking back, I'm like, dang, I should have went to school for fashion because like I
Yeah.
went to the Art Institute of Tampa and they had a fashion program and they had an art program and I chose art.
Why?
Because I didn't want to sew. I was like, I hate the idea of sewing. It seems like it takes so long. It just seems just like so intricate. Like I don't want to sew. And
We want to like create designs and let someone else sew them, or
kind of like that.
yeah.
Like I just wanted to draw the designs and like maybe just wear the designs. Like never sew them. Like that was never something I ever wanted to get into.
So we saw you using a sewing machine. Do you know how to hand sew, or is that the thing that you hate, or is this machine better? Or okay,
I hate all of it. Like none of it. Like I don't know how I got like.
and yet that's what we caught her doing.
Yeah. How did I get here?
That's what we want to know. So, was your family really supportive of your dream? Like, did you always want to be a fashion designer? Or like when people say, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" What was your answer?
Never wanted to be a fashion designer. Fashion designing chose me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like so I went to school to be an animator.
So you
Couldn't find any
still have those skills with that? I was gonna say we're gonna ask about that in a second. No.
that was back in 2013. Like so I graduated, couldn't find any jobs like with that. Like duh, I should have known that. Like I wish somebody would told me, but
Saturated.
yeah, well no, it's just I feel like in Florida that's not really like
A target
are
or a
looking
focus.
for like
Yeah.
graphic designers if so that's kind of what I had to kind of become and teach myself. So I did graphic design for a while, then I became an art teacher. And then as I was an art teacher, I ended up like teaching my students how to paint, and while I was painting, I ended up deciding like let me paint on clothes. So I ended up painting on clothes and that's how Sheri Amor Couture started.
That is so cool.
So I had like a whole collection of clothes that like just basically had my paintings all over them. Really cool. And then I got into digital art, and then after the digital art, someone approached me to be in a fashion show and she was like, I really think you should sew your pieces. And I was like, don't like sewing. What the? Like I guess I'll try. And then I'd never worked a sewing machine in my life. And this was back in 2023. My sister-in-law, Eve, she was like, hey, I have this sewing machine. Do you want it?
Yeah.
And I have all this fabric too. I'm just like, okay.
You're a teacher. Yeah.
Sure. So I take the sewing machine, I'm practicing with it, and like I'm actually doing pretty good. Like I was like making things and stuff, and so I had my first fashion show was a Christmas fashion show, and then my next
What year was that? Do you remember?
this was
Or when that was? Around?
2023. I think this was 2023.
Okay.
End of 2023, going into 2024.
We're not going to check. We'll believe you.
Or maybe it was I think it was 2022 going into 2023.
Okay.
We
believe her, right?
I have to check. But yeah, so I did 2 fashion shows before I did the fashion show where I actually sewed things, and so that was really cool. And then
How was it seeing somebody in your art?
it was surreal. I was
Like-
like, wow, this is actually happening. Like I still wasn't liking sewing though, because like
We might tell you what happened at the end.
this why I'll get us all. I still hadn't like fully liked sewing, and I didn't realize why I didn't like sewing until like a little bit later. But yeah, so I entered this fashion competition, which is how this collection came about. It was the Tampa Bay Fashion Experience. It was a fashion face-off between designers in the Tampa Bay area. And so I was like, I'm gonna compete. And like I only had been sewing for like 5 months. Like so I was just like going up against
Yeah, you were just jumping in.
jump right in. Why did I do that?
Maybe it was what you were meant to do.
Because they were like, yeah, we love your designs, so it should be a part of it. I was like, oh, okay. But it was I had only been sewing for 5 months, and I was going up against like people who had been sewing their whole life, like gown,
Yeah.
really intricate things. So I was just like, I don't like looking back. I was so deluded.
Did it do well?
Yeah.
Yeah, they liked it, right?
Yeah, I mean this.
They're like, I still look fine right now.
But I really feel like that competition kind of catapulted me into sewing and really getting a knack for it.
Yeah, that's really awesome. That's really awesome. So, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I guess I wanted to like either be a model, but I knew I wouldn't be a model because I'm like 5'2" and I'm really curvy. Not saying that
Nowadays, that's the perfect thing, right?
I mean, there's plenty of people who, can do that nowadays, but like, is either like a model. I did a lot of fashion influencing before this.
You've always been loved fashion.
Yeah, I was part of fashion some way, somehow, but it was kind of like hobby. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, full time.
That's really awesome. That's really awesome. So, how did you think of like the denim lab? Like, let's talk about some of your collections. What were the inspirations for those?
I honestly don't know. My husband, he has been in my ear. He's also a designer too. He's been in my ear about how he wanted to do a denim collection, and then I don't know, just denim just started becoming really popular this year.
I love denim.
So then I just kind of jumped in. It was just like, I'm gonna do a denim collection. So it may have been my husband planting things in my head, and probably like the Beyonce concert, all the lie and everything.
Yeah. What about the Africa collection?
That was part of the competition.
Oh,
So the first part of the competition was like a semifinals type deal. So I got in. It was six of us that made it. Past. It was like 14 down to 6. And then for the finale,
not bad for your first competition.
and then the second part of the competition was the theme was the hunted versus the hunter. something like that. So we had to design pieces that look like a hunter. That's what you're dressed as.
Oh,
Yeah, huntress.
I hope y'all know. She knew what she was doing.
And so everybody got like an animal, and I got lion. So that's like
really
all the
cool. That's really
the
cool.
outfit.
Makes me think of like villain versus hero.
Yeah, that's
What you know what?
And so my theme.
So we're just gonna take a little side note right here so that when you see us, we are doing an amazing interview with this amazing fashion designer. But when I did my original take, which you saw at the beginning of this video, I actually swallowed a fly. But you can see I'm talking, I'm breathing, I survived. But I definitely got my protein for the day. So a little bit of a blooper moment.
I got it.
And that goes to show that you keep on going no matter what gets in your way.
Yeah, maybe she'll show you guys her choking.
Maybe I will.
Maybe.
She wanted to see it though.
Oh no! Don't die here.
So this is just a moment, nakedly under construction. It's all about the process. That's what we're getting to know about her today. And like I always tell artists, or they're like, oh, it's a little bit messy, or I'm struggling. And like, that's what it's about. It's about what you are underneath and the person and the human you are underneath. And the flies are in the room when you're doing interviews. So maybe this will be like fashion and the flies.
Yeah. Oh no!
No are the flies. So let's get more into, so we talked about a couple of different collections you've done in the past. And I think you mentioned earlier about a collection or a show you've got coming out in July. Is there a different collection for that, or like what are you working on now?
I want to do something new, but life's been lifing. Your girl, like my car hasn't been working, so like I can't drive back and forth to get here to sew and go scout out fabrics and stuff. Like I really just kind of go to work and come home because I don't have a car.
Yeah.
So that really all depends. I'm hoping I'll be able to come up with something. It's July 26th, and that's not a lot of time to come up with like a whole new
It's
collection.
like a month. Yeah, it's a lot. It's like a month.
Along with working full time, I'll have like maybe 3 hours.
So how do you balance that? Like, how do you balance that, and how do you feel about that? That you feel okay? So many questions, guys. So, do you feel like this is your calling, like being a fashion designer?
I don't know because it's not making me any money.
So that was where I was gonna go next. So with that being said, how do you feel that people that are, mathematically inclined or, good at being lawyers, they want to be doctors, or the industry workers, whether that's a plumber or a trade, while we need all those skills, what about the people that are born with art skills, that are born to design, because we got to wear clothes and why we should look good while we're doing it? And without our painting and drawing, how do you feel that we have to find a way to be able to be what we feel like is inside of us, right?
It's hard because I don't know, or I don't feel like society values the arts the way that they value other trades. When like we definitely need doctors, but I feel like people kind of say like, can I get that art for like $5 even though I worked on it, but like they won't question like how much your breaks are going to cost. They're going to pay whatever they have to pay to get that done. But when it comes to art, it's like, can you do it for free?
Mm-hmm. Even though how you look can have a lot to do with your self-esteem and how you go out. Because I know personally, when I wasn't feeling that good today, 2025 has also been kicking my butt, but I got dressed up. I spent the time to look good. And I'm like, okay, now I feel better. I'm hanging out with her. She's amazing. You better listen to the whole interview. And I'm like, I feel better because I guess it's like almost like fake it till you make it kind of thing.
Good,
like they'll look good. So obviously there should be a price on that, because it's worth it. Look at how much you're like, how you feel and how you go about each day matters, right?
Yeah. Art matters. It matters a whole lot. Like, just even when you enter into spaces, you want to look around and not be depressed. Like, you need colors, you need art on your walls. Like, art is very important. And so
definitely be valuing it more.
It's really hard for artists to make it. I feel like, with other paths, it's a straight path. It's very linear. Go to school this amount of time, you do this and you do that. With art, it's like you make it or you don't.
Yep.
And it's like, should I be a fashion designer? Should I just focus on getting a 3 to 5 and just grind it out like we were talking?
Yeah.
That your job allows you to be able to do some of the fun stuff you like, so.
Yeah. That can be hard. So if you were to go from, if you're unable, if you're, she just mentioned that she's having trouble with her car. She's got this. She's trying to focus on creating a new collection. Is there ways that you can work to get through that? And my second question would be, what collection would you use if you're unable to make another one in that time?
It would just be a conglomerate of all the things that I've done so far. I would try to piece it together, make it look a little different. But hopefully I can, getting my car work done. Hopefully it's done by the next week. And I'm trying to save for another vehicle because me and my husband work. So like we kind of need 2 cars. One
Right.
car's not going to do. We were on our way to a second car, and now we're back to no.
So do you have this? So you mentioned a couple times your husband. So he might be a crucial part in your life and who you are as a person. So I want to ask how long you've been together. And I also want to ask like maybe what he does and does he support what you do? And I definitely think it's important to talk about how the people in your lives either support or don't support you and how that looks as a result.
Yeah. My husband is my biggest supporter. He's honestly been a creative before I was. We both were creatives, but like for me, it was always like, okay, well, I'm going to go to work and put the creative side behind me. My husband's always been like, I'll work, but creativity, like I'm pumping out these dreams, and seeing him go so hard for the things he wants to do inspired me. And so I used to have a YouTube channel, and then I had like a thrift store where I was selling clothes because I love clothes so much. And then now I'm here, but it's all because I watched my husband, who's very creative, push me and get me to the point where I am now. Like I would not be the woman I am.
What kind of creative stuff does he do if he's pushing content out?
He does a lot of futuristic type things. Like he builds a lot of stuff with his hands. So
cool.
He makes the cool helmets.
Yeah.
He also does fashion design.
Okay.
So like but he does like a lot of like futuristic.
Would you guys ever make a collection together?
We talked about it, but no, we haven't.
No. Would you do it?
Future and I like
You're just sure you're gonna like two different.
So opposite. I feel like there'd be a way we could make it work, but yeah,
That would be so cool.
It
Or
would
if
be-
you guys both, what you did like a really retro and you did really futuristic, and then there was like a fashion show or a music video with you guys like coming together. That would be really cool.
The future meets the past. That's how I feel. We definitely need to like visit that.
Yeah, I have like Katy Perry's song in the background. Like, I don't know. I saw it in my head, guys. I'm, visionary too. So, that's really cool. That's really cool.
We've been married for 10 years. I forgot to throw that out there, but yeah.
So quite some time is a big support. So it makes a difference in who you are having that support.
Yeah.
Did you, and this is where we get a little nitty gritty, and we don't have to go too deep if you want to, depending on how far she'll let us go. So did you have the support of your family throughout all this, like from a child to now?
Yeah. So he did it on his side, but on my side, I grew up with like a lot of love, a lot of support. Like my family was like, you want to go to art school? Go to art school. And like, I just wish that I knew like what jobs would like, how that would pan out would have probably affected what I went to school for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just having this wishful thinking like, oh, I'm going to be this. And then you get into the real world and you're not, and you have debt.
Right.
That's probably, but they've come to like almost every show, not every show. Like after a certain point, it's like, okay, you don't have to come to the show. Like you don't have to come anymore. Like, It's like so many shows.
But we're gonna do another one.
So many shows, but they were huge. They are my bigger. They always had my back. So yeah.
That's cool. Do you have like a favorite show or a favorite collection, or maybe answering both if that doesn't work together?
Mm. I would say the Golden Hour collection.
Yeah.
One. I love gold
Yeah,
a lot.
me too.
And
Gold over silver every day.
absolutely. Like, it's so bad that like when I'm picking out a purse, if there's no gold hardware on it, I won't buy it.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
so like, yeah, but like this collection had a lot of like gold detailing in it. Like I was very intentional. I took a lot of time. Like I really took my time. Like I feel like other collections I kind of like try to rush to get to a deadline, but in this one, I felt like I was able to take my time and have like full creativity, full everything that I wanted to happen. I wasn't working at the time, so I put all my time into it. Now that I have a job, things look a little different.
Yeah. Are you working 40 hours a week at something else? Is it like a 40-hour a week regular job that you're doing at something else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So working full time, then coming to do something looks a lot different than just not working and just all your time going towards. And that's why I like this collection the best, because I wasn't working then. All my time and energy and efforts just go into being creative.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I think that was like one of my best collections.
Do you have like a dream collection that you want to make?
I do. Several. Several dream collections.
Can we get a hint at?
I would love to do something like, as I told you guys, I used to paint. I would love to create my own fabric, like design my own fabric and sew with that fabric and make something like really colorful, avant-garde. Like I would love to put on shows. Like, so you need money to do.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
but I love to like. I like theatrics. I love avant-garde. I love, like over the top type things. Like I don't really like to do small like.
It must be loud and beautiful. Yeah. Can't you tell?
But yeah, that's what I would like to do. I really want to do like a monochromatic collection. Like I want to throw all my ideas out there, but like
no, don't give us everything. We just need an appetizer.
Yeah, I have so many ideas, so many. Just gotta have time, resources, money.
How do you choose what fashion shows to be in?
That's hard. It's really difficult because I've been in some that promised that there would be certain people there and certain, and then you get there and it was like a catfish.
Promotion or compensation or something that contributes back.
Yeah, but so it's hard. It's really hard to know. Sometimes it helps when you know who all's going to be a part of it. Like, if you know the host or if you know the person throwing it, or even just a nice venue is a good reason to get involved. Like if the venue's going to be just like somewhere sketchy, shady, like where your pictures don't look good, there's not enough lighting.
Right.
So, those are things I've had to learn to ask
before
I say yes to something.
So for other people that want to be a fashion designer and they're getting into it, do you have any advice for them, number one? And then number two, how do they find the fashion shows to start?
Once you start creating, I feel like it finds you, honestly. Like I just have been getting DM after DM after DM after DM, and I don't even do anything.
So that would sound like you have a social media presence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do post video and show what I can do. And I would say like, be a part of certain channels. Like I'm a part of
like networking.
Yeah. I'm part of certain like broadcast channels that talk about fashion shows. People are always looking for designers.
Yeah.
Always looking for designers. Like I don't feel like that would be a hard thing to get into. And models are always looking for somebody they could wear their clothes. So that wasn't something I knew when I got into it. I was like, who would ever wear my clothes? Like, and now
they're hunting you down.
Yes, now I'm just like, okay, I got enough. I just need the money to come. Like, people just want you to do everything for free, and it's like, it's cool, but like, where are the people that are gonna pay?
What's a moment now we're gonna get, we like to like take them down the hill and we're gonna get deeper and deeper. We like to take them layer by layer like Shrek, so we're going deeper now. So what is an example of or a story of what a good moment looked like for you?
Or as
Anything as far as your life or design. This is where we start to get to know more of who you are. Of course, design and fashion is always part of that because that's what we want people to be aware of. But we're also looking at who you are as a person underneath. So you can answer any of these questions towards any angle you take it. My questions are meant to be open ended, and I would love to see the different responses.
okay. So, I was. I'm gonna say like a really good moment in my life. I was teaching. I wasn't really liking teaching, but like, it was paying my bills well at the time. And my husband was doing a business on the side where we were renting out our cars, and, we had a decent amount, where we didn't really have to like worry, like money wasn't like really an issue. I was like enjoying like just buying clothes, wearing it, and being an influencer. Like, I just felt like life was just much more simpler then.
There was a good moment for you.
It was a good moment. I really like wearing clothes and looking nice and dressing up and influencing people on like what to buy, how to wear it, styling people. Yeah, it was really cool. Wish there was like a way I could incorporate that somehow into what I do, or whatever.
So now I'm going to ask the opposite.
Okay.
Okay, so what would be an example or story
Yeah.
of what a bad moment looks like for you, whether either as an individual or as an artist and designer? And how did you overcome that moment or come out of that moment?
Ooh. So my darkest time, I'd say, was I decided, well, okay, so COVID happened. I feel like that's like the beginning part.
I can't tell you how many artists I ask that question, and it always is like, so 2020.
Yeah, like I feel like that's so crispy set everybody down all of their life. But no, I just began teaching because I want to be an art teacher so bad. I just began teaching, and then COVID hit like maybe a couple months after I started. And teachers were falling out left and right, like people were leaving the profession because they didn't want to,
Right. It's like,
yeah, so after we were quarantining, after we came out of quarantining, they had me teaching at 2 schools, the same pay. So I was stressed.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, like I was going from one school to the other school, teaching in person, teaching on Zoom. Like, I was just all over the place. It was stressful. I hated it. And so, at the time my husband was doing, he started up the car rental business in Turo. He started doing that, and I was just kind of like pushing him, like, come on, like, can we turn this into like something full time so I can quit my job? And, he just was like, no, not yet. Like, we need more time. And I'm just like, no, I can't take this another day. Like, we need to like
Pressure was that's a lot. That's a lot.
yeah. So I ended up quitting my job, which kind of like, we ended up getting more car loans and doing our business, but we weren't able
Just
to
like
keep
that.
up with it. Yeah, it like we stayed afloat for maybe a year, and like after that, just like thing after thing after thing after thing just kept happening. Like, we had maybe 2 cars totaled. We had like just a lot of stuff was happening, and our expenses rose past our income.
Right.
And so that was like the beginning of like the darkest time of my life. Like, we didn't know how we were going to pay our rent. Like, our cars are being repoed. Like, all the cars got repossessed, and we had like maybe 1 car left, and it was our Porsche. And here we are driving around in a Porsche, man. Hey, anything, but like everywhere we pulled up,
Looking like or
we looked like we had it, but we did not have it, and it was just like a really hard time. And what we ended up having, like, thankfully our lease ended like right like at the moment when we like couldn't pay it anymore. So we ended up moving in with my in-laws, and our last car, yeah, I think that was got repossessed. So we had no car. We didn't have any jobs.
because that was all around 2020 and 2021. And then you said that you started doing fashion more in 2022, 2023. So is that what saved you?
Like COVID had happened. We were like quarantined, but it was just like, it was
Okay.
cool.
It was okay.
But when they called us back,
That's how everything got worse. Yeah.
it got really bad. Like, it was rough. Like, I had like 700 kids that I was teaching. And then there was one time I had like maybe 40 kids.
Did you teach fashion at all? Or design and just art? Okay.
Art. I tried to infuse fashion into it a little bit. And the kids liked that, but that wasn't what I was supposed to be.
Right, right.
I was supposed to teach and stick to the art talk. Yeah, I had to stick to the cricket. But they were enjoying it. I had it to where they like kind of like drew. They could draw their clothes on their.
I could see you being like the schoolhouse rock kind of teacher.
Yeah, it was really cool. I miss my students sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was rough. It was rough. Like, I literally lost everything.
Do you see light now?
I do see light now. It's like slow build. So yeah.
Do you think that stuff like that happens because we're not where we're supposed to be to get us to move?
I feel like that or that, yes. But I feel like in my case, I was just very headstrong, and I was a little rebellious and wanted to do things my way. And I do feel like maybe this is where I was supposed to be all along, because like I said, I never wanted to sew, and here I am sewing.
Right.
So like, I don't know. Like,
so does spirituality play a role for you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So what is that? Do you have a religion? Do you have a belief? What is your spirituality, and how does it work? How does it help you?
I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ, and without him, I would not be here. He's definitely helped me go through all of this. I know it was like really sad for a while, like, Lord, rescue me from this situation. But like, looking back now, I see that like I kind of had to go through it.
Yeah.
To become who I needed to become. Because sometimes we don't listen, and sometimes we have to learn the hard way. And we don't see that in the moment. You know,
yeah, for sure.
Help. Why would you let me go through this? But looking back, I had to go through it. I needed that humbling.
Let's say diamonds are made under pressure, right? Unfortunately.
Hey, God cares more about our character than he cares about our feelings.
Right. Absolutely.
He care less about our feelings because our feelings change.
Right.
Like the wind.
Yes.
It could become stormy outside, and now we're depressed.
Right.
That doesn't mean you just stop doing what you need to stop doing.
Absolutely.
You all have to push through. So yeah.
So then what do you think the devil's in the details means?
I don't know what that means. That sounds like a design term, like maybe like, I don't know, the details of my clothing. I don't know. Do you tell me? Oh, what does that mean?
Well, to me, I think the devil is in the details means like, you know, there's moments where, just like we were talking about, is kind of why I asked that question, is like, you know, while you may have certain things that you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be doing them, and the little details and the process might be different according to whatever you're going through or what you're supposed to be at the end of the day. So to me, the devil's in the details is kind of like that, you know, like, you know, look at this person, an amazing person that they become, and like, look at this fashion. And when we see your pictures and your designs, it's like, wow, she's so talented. And it doesn't mean that you're not, but they also don't see all of this. Right?
Yeah.
So the devil is in the details.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I don't know what that's my opinion.
That's not a term I just go around and use. I'm like, yeah, those are details, huh? So
What do you think heaven is?
heaven is a place I would aspire to go to.
Yeah.
Not aspire. I know I'm going because, I believe in Jesus Christ, but yes.
What do you think? These are when we start to get into like the questions so we can get to know how she thinks.
Okay.
Okay. So this is, we're going to get philosophical. This is part 5. I don't even know if that's really part 5, but we're just going to call it part 5. This is one of my favorite questions to ask, and I ask a lot of people this. What is the human genetic makeup to do? Are people made good or bad, or are they made all the same and their circumstances are what makes them? Like, are murderers really good or bad people, or were they born a certain way, or was it their circumstances that make them?
I would say both. We're all born with a sin nature.
Mm-hmm.
We all have like something we all struggle with. Someone might struggle with obesity, or not obesity. Somebody might struggle with gluttony.
Right.
Someone might struggle with, like lying or whatever it is. We all have an inclination, based on just how
The possibility to do either.
yeah, it also has to do, with generational curses.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, like if you have a family line of drinkers, now you have to battle that along with whatever else you're handed in life, you know what I mean? So all of those things play into it. So yeah, I would definitely say
Do you think people actually change?
absolutely. Like, we all have the opportunity to change and to be better. Like, it's our responsibility to heal. Like, no, it's not our fault. Maybe the things that have happened or the hand that we were dealt, but it's absolutely our responsibility to heal and be better for the next generation, to uh die to our flesh, which is like those inclinations that we have. Some people believe like, oh, I was born this way, I should be able to do whatever I want. But no, if that's the case, this world would be crazy if we just acted on whatever we wanted to, whatever felt good. Like, that would not be good. So we all have to keep ourselves under wraps and be better people.
Absolutely. I agree. So there we go. Got a little bit more into who she is as a person. We got to know all about her designs. We got some little tips and tricks. If you're going to be a fashion designer, she's just telling you just do it. That's what I heard. But at the same time, it's not easy. And I guess you have to keep working at it if that's a passion that you have inside you and find out what avenues work best for you and know that there are going to be things in your road that might not be fun at that time. But at the end of the day, they might help you look better because of that furnishing on your buttons or, zipper might make it look a little bit better. So, is there anything else that you want to add before we wrap up?
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for if y'all made it this far. Like, y'all are awesome. Like, I have a short attention span. So thank y'all for sticking with us and watching me swat all these freaking flies that are in here. I hope she shows you guys that part of the video where she's
All about the process. That is what I like to have the artists display. That is what I like you guys to see, because while we always see the beauty and we see these amazing people, and they are amazing, they also are people just like you. So you can accomplish your dreams, and hopefully you also check out her designs and maybe purchase and take a look so that you can look unique too.
Yes, thank you guys.
So next time on Nakedly Under Construction, we've got a rayer coming up. Stay tuned.